And was that ever a complication for, you know, an A&R, somebody to see your vision because you do so many things?
How's filming power? It's off the hook. It's amazing.
Why you don't have no New York Knicks on the show?
We got Lala, and Lala is...
That's true. That's true.
That counts. See?
That counts.
Stop scrolling, because what just leaked might change everything you thought you knew about Teyana Taylor and Iman Shumpert. For years, people have watched their love story unfold like a modern-day fairy tale. From the music to the red carpets, from the picture-perfect interviews to the family goals posts that had everyone saying, "Relationship of the year," their image seemed untouchable. They were the couple people pointed to when they wanted proof that love in Hollywood could last. But now, all of that is starting to crack wide open. And this time, the truth isn't coming from tabloids, bitter EXEs, or shady industry whispers. No, this time it's coming from the one voice no one ever expected, their daughter. Yes, you heard that right. Voice notes, allegedly from Teyana and Iman's child, have surfaced online, and what's inside them is both heartbreaking and shocking. These clips are raw. They're unfiltered. They're the kind of truth no PR team could ever polish, and no Instagram filter could ever hide. When a child speaks, people listen differently. And when that child begins describing the pain of growing up in the middle of her parents' chaos, the world doesn't just listen, it stops. The first reaction when these leaks hit the internet was disbelief. People asked the obvious questions. How could something so private make its way into the public? Who recorded these clips? Who leaked them? Was it intentional or just a tragic accident that spiraled out of control? But once the audio started circulating, no one could ignore what they were hearing. This wasn't the polished, smiling family fans were used to. This was something raw, something haunting. It painted a picture of a little girl caught between love, silence, and the battles of two parents too wrapped up in their own struggles to see the scars it was leaving on her. To understand how heavy this moment really is, you have to rewind. Teyana Taylor and Iman Shumpert weren't just a couple, they were a brand. They had the chemistry people envied, the kind of love story that made fans believe in forever. From their reality TV moments to interviews where they laughed like best friends, they invited the world into their home. They showed us the inside jokes, the late-night smiles, and most importantly, their daughter, who was often seen dancing, laughing, full of joy. To fans, she was the living proof of their happiness. But as we've now learned, images can lie. While the world was double-tapping photos and commenting couple goals, the truth behind the scenes wasn't nearly as perfect. Rumors of infidelity swirled. Stories of separation circulated. Subtle hints and posts made people wonder if something deeper was wrong. Fans brushed it off. After all, every couple has ups and downs. But these voice notes changed everything. Because this wasn't speculation anymore. This was a child's voice. And children don't fake pain. The first clip is short but devastating. You hear a trembling little voice talking about how much she misses her dad. Not in the way kids miss a parent who's away at work or traveling for a few days. No, this was different. This was a little girl trying to understand why her father doesn't come around the way he used to, why promises keep getting broken, why the energy at home feels heavy. She doesn't accuse him. She doesn't lash out. She just speaks with innocence, and that innocence cuts deeper than any accusation ever could. Fans listened and instantly started connecting the dots. The nights Iman was spotted out alone, the cryptic posts from Teyana about choosing peace over pain, the way they started appearing separately at events when they used to be inseparable suddenly. It all made sense. Through her voice, the world began to see what had really been happening behind closed doors. The second voice note was even more painful. This time, it wasn't just about missing her father. She allegedly describes things she's seen inside her own home, doors slamming, voices raised, her mom crying quietly when she thought no one was watching. Imagine hearing a child whisper, "Mom cries a lot." That's not gossip. That's not rumor. That's truth no one can spin. It shattered hearts across the internet because no child should ever have to put those observations into words. When that clip hit social media, it spread like wildfire. Blogs posted it, fans replayed it, reactions flooded in. Some were angry that such private moments were even leaked, insisting children should never be dragged into adult issues. But others couldn't ignore what the little girl had said. For many, it felt like undeniable proof that the love story they once admired had turned into something darker. And then came the third clip, the most explosive of them all. This one didn't just describe sadness or conflict. It carried a message that sent shockwaves through fans and media alike. In the recording, the daughter allegedly says something chilling. "It feels like dad chooses other people over us." That one sentence hit harder than anything else. Out of the mouth of a child came words that tied directly to every cheating rumor. Every night Iman was spotted without his family. Every whisper that he had been distracted by other women, other parties, other lives. Suddenly, this wasn't just about marital struggles. This was neglect. This was betrayal. It was a child recognizing patterns the adults had tried to hide. The internet exploded. Hashtags started trending. Hashtag protect Teyana. Hashtag pray for their daughter. Hashtag Iman exposed. Fans took sides. Some defended Iman, saying children sometimes exaggerate or that the audio could have been manipulated. But others weren't buying it. They pointed to past inconsistencies, past allegations, and claimed this was the missing puzzle piece. Blogs dissected every word. Threads appeared on Twitter connecting timelines of events. Overnight, this wasn't just a leak, it became a storm. Through it all, Teyana remained publicly silent. No statements, no interviews, just a few cryptic posts, maybe a quote about healing, maybe a photo with no caption. The kind of silence that leaves fans guessing. Was she protecting her daughter? Was she trying not to add fuel to the fire? Or was she simply too exhausted to fight anymore? For her supporters, the silence was louder than any explanation. Meanwhile, attention shifted to Iman. His reaction only made things worse. Instead of addressing the leak head-on, reports say he brushed it off. Some sources claimed he denied the clips outright, calling them fake, saying people were just trying to ruin his name. Others claimed he deflected, pointing to his career, his projects, his appearances. But none of that mattered. The public wasn't looking at him as a celebrity anymore, they were looking at him as a father. And through that lens, every excuse sounded hollow. And maybe that's the saddest part of this entire story. Because while the world debates whether the clips are authentic, whether they should have been leaked at all, the one person truly caught in the middle is their daughter. She's the one whose voice is now being replayed, analyzed, debated by strangers online. She's the one who just wanted her parents' love, their unity, their peace. Instead, she's become the accidental whistleblower of their broken relationship. And that's a weight no child should ever have to carry. But here's what makes it even more chilling: if these recordings leaked once, what else is out there? Were these the only ones? Or are there more voice notes that paint an even darker picture of what went on inside that home? And if there are more, will the public ever hear them? Or worse, are they already in the hands of people waiting to drop them at the worst possible time? That's the real cliffhanger, because now, the world is watching. And for Teyana and Iman, no matter what happens next, one thing is certain: their story will never be the same. Once a child's voice breaks the illusion, no PR strategy can fix it. No carefully worded statement can erase the words "Dad chooses other people over us." The fairy tale has shattered, and the pieces are lying in front of millions. So, what do you think? Were these voice notes genuine, or were they part of a setup? Was this a daughter unknowingly speaking truth, or was her voice used to push someone else's agenda? One thing's for sure: this family drama has just entered its darkest chapter yet. And the ending? It's nowhere in sight.